are continuing with the fleet quest lines. The current one in progress is Absolute Power. And our next step is to head out to where are we going? Neon, I think? Yeah, Neon. This is not my first attempt. My first attempt, I attempted to do it blind, following the breadcrumbs and trying to stealth, and all too often it was me stealthing through the middle of crowds, and it did not end well. So I am throwing in the towel to some extent. I believe I am fairly well prepared. Let's prepare a little bit more thoroughly. I'm going to leave everything in the Star Turkey. Helps if I move it the right direction. I'm going to need to reclaim my operative stuff and a suit. We're going to wear the suit. And for the space suit, I will be in my Mark I suit. And for weapons, let's evaluate the weapons and just keep the ones I want. Anything else I can leave behind? Robles. We do not need 32 frag grenades. That looks good. We need some pharmaceuticals and some ammo and some weapons. Weapons. If I am shooting, I'm probably going to be shooting robots and such. Let's take a silenced handgun. And let's see. This guy is also suppressed. And I'll take the hard target for those very long-range shots if I need. And if I'm panicking, it's going to be the shotty. Cutter in case I need to cut through a wall. Ammo, there's no reason to leave any ammo, it's all massless. Anything else here that I think I need to take with me? Oh, pharmaceuticals, right. That's what I'll need. And let's take 5 bottles of. That peels us down to mass of 75. Should be light enough to do our stealth stuff.
Keep moving. The scanners won't touch you. Keep it moving,
We are headed to Madame Sauvage's place.
Our trained and certified
Yeah.
Our beds are comfortable and
be careful if you run into it.
enjoy some unique company and toss back one of our exclusive.
Before we talk to her, I'm going to see if there's any interesting pharmaceuticals on sale.
New customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have 2 simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Deal. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon? Finally, someone who listens and does what they're told. A rare commodity in Epside. I like you already. So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick? Of course, of course. Anything for my special new customer.
Let's see what she's got. She has quite a lot of food and drink. Ooh, velocity is 15% persuasion chance. I like the 15% chance. Num num. Got a bunch of this. We can drop some back on the ship later.
Nothing like a velocity after a rough shift at Xeno.
Okay, now we hit up and we're going to be talking to her. We just got a bunch of velocity. Let's try one. And I believe I am wearing my green fashionable suit.
You looking to get zoned? Oh, it's not an act. If you're looking to score some Aurora, we can talk later. But for now, since you're clearly the rook that Delgado sent, let's talk business. Save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously. Specifics, huh? Okay. Fine. I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech. All right, I get the point. Let's just get this over with. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly. I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city. Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable. Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it. Well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own. Oh no. Are you scared, little rabbit? Well, don't worry. I've got you covered. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place. The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorico. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astro Lounge so we can celebrate. Don't let Komiko push you around. She isn't as tough as she seems.
Okay, I already grabbed the evidence from her
I'm
office
zoned
and
out of
turned
my
it in,
mind right now.
I think. Let's head up that direction, though, and see if maybe there's a separate thing we need.
Bedside's
up
a
in the
bad
tower.
place.
We're here at Reliant Medical.
Kill for a cup of coffee.
Our meds are comfortable.
Versions of you. Now is the time to enhance your life.
I'm not gonna say this twice. Get the hell away from me.
Don't go causing trouble.
Okay, let's see if G can help us out.
It's nice to have visitors up here in the tower. As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away.
We're gonna persuade him.
Thanks for taking the time to talk.
I doubt that it still.
Hello. It's good to see you. As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away. Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this. I mean, it might be okay.
Oh, I could intimidate him.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe we can work something out. Nobody wants that. Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayou. He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayou stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay? It was great speaking with you.
So when I came in and got the evidence, I basically
You're wondering what that smell is.
had to worry about sneaking once I got in here, so I could open the had to close the blinds, sneak. This time they've got some credits and a nice Kraken, which I can sell later. See what's on the computer. Oh, Lordy. Not getting much else out of this little book. And we're out of here.
Are you
So-
gonna let me work, or are you gonna keep bothering me?
So normally you would get some evidence, which could be turned into SysDef, and I already did. Or I think you can probably use it to convince her to help
I know
you.
your type. The freewheel in space, Ace.
Hello.
You'll make
We'll just have to continue onward. The slightly more difficult version.
Undergoes enhanced training to assure you receive
And I suspect that if you use the evidence to convince her, you'd end up without the evidence. You wouldn't be able to turn it in.
Here for a drink? A chimera, perhaps?
Chica.
Sure. What would you like?
So they've got some wine, in case I run low. Chimera is 10% persuasion. Meh.
You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her? Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke, okay? Now get out of my club before I get really pissed off and have you thrown into the street. The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean anything by it, really. Sorry, well, I worry about her. Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out. But, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. You already have access, so you should know the way. May all your journeys be safe.
Hey there.
It is tempting to not complete the whole mission sequence and, you know, stay undercover as a member of the Crimson Fleet.
Yeah. What do you want? You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that. The Crimson Fleet, huh? This is interesting. So tell me, what does Delgado need with my Pastor Generdyne? So, let me get this straight. You want me to sneak you into Generdyne so you can steal the only profitable piece of technology the company's come up with in decades. If you expect me to take a risk like that, then it's going to cost you some major credits. Do you have any idea what Benjamin Bayou would do to me if he found out we were even having this conversation? If I'm going to let you into Generdyne, I need a backup plan. Namely, money to get off-world, fast. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, that's easy.
Yes, you do. Short of taking it off my dead body, which would never happen thanks to my Syoga buddies here. You don't pay, you don't get the pass.
I should have just offered money up front. But it's still... This is what I don't like about this particular option. It's not disclosing to me how many credits it is.
You've got yourself a deal. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though, once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high-security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Okay, now, I really want to do this without killing anybody. I do want to side with UC SysDef in the end.
You good?
I would rather fight pirates than SysDef in the long run. And I think if you have a body count on
What I
2
don't sell,
missions,
that's a control.
this death gets very upset. And let's see, our next destination is Enter Generdyne. Now, I'm going to chop this up into a bunch of short recordings, which I'll splice together for the episodes. Because I get kind of tense when I do these. Yeah, I love the stealth and everything, but it still makes me tense. I need a moment to shake it out now and then.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly worth it.
So before we go in, change clothing. That. And let's see, what do we have? We have Recon Stim, which is 10 minutes of less movement noise. Let's keep that up. Put that on my 7 button. Get with the Recon Stim and head in. So the main power I'll be using is this Star Sense. It's the one I like to keep up most often. And apparently there's a shortcut up through here, which I just saw in the guide that I am looking through. I am using a guide to find shortcuts and bypasses, because otherwise this mission is just impossible for me to do without committing wholesale slaughter. However, you can leave Panopticon and Paramore around. I will grab them. Adapting conduction grid technology to the spaceship. He likes Bryson Bayou. How interesting. This looks like a nice little safe spot. I'm going to set an autosave. Sanitation vacuums sometimes will be noted as seeing you on your stealth meter. Apparently not this one. They never raise alarms, but they can mess with your sense of whether you're actually stealthed or not. Okay, that. I need to take that robot out. There is a way to sneak around him, but I think I'd rather just take him out very swiftly and carefully from stealth. There we go. He's taken out, and there were no alarms. Now, the other way of doing this would have been to wait for him to be going back the other way, drop down this hatch, and head up the other hatch, which we'll see in a moment, where we can tappity-tap on a computer to turn him off. But the only way to know that is to fail it once. And in this case, if I don't need to use a bypass, I'm not going to. Headed towards the conduit control room. How are we doing for buffs? We've got another 4 minutes of movement noise low. That's good. So we can sneak past here. They're all turned around the other way. As long as the security guard doesn't look over his left shoulder, we're good. Actually, what I'm going to do with him, a bit of diplomacy. Just to reduce the risk. And ain't nobody here but this little guy. Chance to stop and breathe for a moment. I think if I do have to cut out sections of this, I'm going to replace them with a fade to black. So far, so good. This computer here. Custodial supplies. Apparently there's some loot in there, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to leave it alone. So, got 3 people sitting over there. And now I'm getting a little more worried about the duration of my buff. But we still got 46 seconds. I was right to worry. Aid. And stem. Oh, that's right. I had it on the 7 button. And there's this room. This is the room where I consistently was failing. And the walkthrough says avoid where it says to go with the arrows all the way around to the left. Now I am going to diplomacy him. Diplomacy attempt failed. Okay. Diplomacy, let's see if I can sneak through anyway. It's tempting to see what's through this vent. Looks like it's a good path. The walkthrough I'm looking at is consistent with this, although it wasn't really clear to me that was the way to go. He's back there, kind of hard to see in the shine. Good to go. And we're not going to go into the master control room, we're going to go into that grate over there. so far, it looks like the unalerted guards are pretty static. It's really helpful because there's a lot of them. Here, there's no direct path. Down here, lots of people.
I am sick and tired of getting yelled at by Komiko.
Oh yeah? What did Ms. High and Mighty complain about this time?
Overspending, of course. Cost cut this, slash that. How does she expect?
Apparently, that's where we're going. I've got a lot of people out there that are almost facing that direction. So I think I'm going to use void form. Whether I needed void form or not, but it certainly came in handy. Walkthrough that I'm looking at is kind of skipping ahead, it looks like. So until I see something that looks like what it has on their picture, I think I'm basically on my own. Hello, Mr. Sanitation Bot. So knowing about the various bypasses, the various ductwork was very useful. Okay, and there is some wording that says look for the elevator. Got it. One quick refill of the soda later. So let's advance the quest to obtain the data. Don't see any humans. Looks like there's my goal is that console. Looks like a tablet.
Technician Shibata, currently posted to Genedine's R&D laboratory. Personal notation. I'd like to go on record about my feelings about Chief Technician Bayou. Though most of my fellow employees feel that he's underqualified and incompetent, I feel that they are underestimating him. I've spoken to Brayson at length, and I find him actually to be a kind and endearing person. I think that living in the shadow of his brother, Administrator Benjamin Bayou, has given him a bad name, and that's a shame. From what I can gather, he was placed in his current position against his own better judgment and asked to do the impossible. It's an unfortunate situation, but I will endeavor to get the rest of the technicians in the department to be more supportive.
Okay, power core computer. There's the description. Current status. And we have the plans. So now we need to locate Grayson Bayou, not Benjamin. What the actual range is on that power. A whole lot of people there. Side of the wall, so I think that this door is okay to go through.
How did they know someone got in here? There was a sensor trip. We can't afford to take any chances. All right. Thanks for the heads up.
Someone in here. Only because I shot that robot.
One of the test panels exploded in his face. Burns was so bad, Reliant had to ship him off-world. You kidding me? You file a complaint and the next person to lose their life.
So good. Okay, moment to breathe.
Feel like getting a drink with me at the Astro Lounge after work? I wish. Based on how much Genodyne is charging customers for power, you'd think we'd be swimming in credits.
Sometimes the markers are your actual destination, sometimes they're just a waypoint.
Overspending.
Left.
Cost cut this, slash that. What if she expects us to improve our technology without a proper budget?
stairs.
Burns was so bad, Reliant had to ship him off-world.
Yeah. They suggest sneaking directly across to the research director's office. Let's make sure I am buffed. 8. Oh, I have not. There we go.
Grayson's still in his office.
Where else would he be? The laboratories? That would be a miracle. Why? Is there a problem? Honestly,
Their control to close those blinds.
like that moron couldn't comprehend any of the theorems in the first place.
Director's computer. We should go bottom up on these to get them in chronological order. I see a big box over there. I'm really nervous about this. Lines. In the box. Okay. CTO Brayson Bayou. Not like being within direct line. I believe I need to talk to him. I don't know if I can talk to him. Yeah, I still have to. Yeah, I just need to get the encryption cipher from.
Oh, it's you. I was wondering how long it would take you to get down here. If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. I just don't want anyone getting hurt. No catch. I'm not trying to trick you. You want the cipher? It's yours. At this point, I'd do anything to get back at my brother. He deserves everything he's got coming to him. I think you could safely say that most of Neon would agree. You know, I've spent my entire life living in Ben's shadow. Everything always works out for him, while I've been bouncing from one job to the next, barely keeping afloat. And all the while, he laughs at me behind my back. Thinks it's hilarious to make fun of his stupid brother. Like I wouldn't eventually find out. Yeah, that would be nice. You know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. It's my turn to take control for once. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the cipher and whatever else you need. I'm getting out of here while I still can. After you're done, I suggest you do the same.
Cool.
Feels good to be in control for a change.
Okay. Now we need to return to Estelle. Let's see here. Lift. Hopefully it just takes us straight out. I don't want to have to sneak back the way I came in. Hold on. One of these should have a blue dot on it. I think we're going to trade tower lobby. Yeah, if we're headed back to talk to Estelle. I saw little green markers there, so apparently we're cool. Exactly where I thought I'd find Estelle, but looks like I'm going in the right direction.
If my shift goes long again, my girl is gonna kill me.
Speak to Benjamin Bayou.
There you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Generdyne's systems.
You know, I'm thinking that
All
see
too
if I can
well.
get out of this, but if I have to, I'll
You
throw
know,
Estelle under the bus.
I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted. Probably. But do you want to know why that's not going to happen? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts. How to get the deal done with finesse. No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first, take whatever you want, and ask questions later. That's not how I do business. It may seem that way, but for every rival I've had thrown into the ocean, I've made 2 times as many legitimate deals. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
Yeah, let's throw Estelle under the bus. Boom.
One of your own, I believe. Interesting. Well, unfortunately for Ms. Vincent, she won't be joining us for the rest of her life. So, I assume this concludes our little arrangement, and you'll be leaving our fair city. Oh, when you get back to the Key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards.
Okay, so now we return to the Key. And oh, it's too bad that Mr. Bayou figured out who was actually involved, and it's too bad that she ended up getting thrown to the walls. Tisk.
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with Jazz as soon as possible.
Okay.
Oh, it's bad. Real bad. Delgado will fill you in with the details. Now get your ass to the repair bay. Go!
Okay. Are we still on absolute power, or has it cycled? It's cycled to Eye of the Storm, so...
What kind of name is Sys Def anyway?
Save it up here.